I remember about 15 years ago, I had a boss that said to me, I miss the days when video cameras cost $100,000 and an editing suite to edit the videos cost $75,000. And I was so flabbergasted. I said, why are you missing the days when you have to spend so much money? And he turned to me in all reality said, they're so cheap now. Anyone can buy these cameras. Anyone can buy these computers. And now I have to compete with everyone, not just the people who have the money. Let's talk about AI. Hi, Mikey here, and this is going to be an After Effects tutorial. I've got some stuff I want to show you, but really I want to talk about AI. And when all of this stuff started happening, like many of you, I mean, it's scary. Like, they're gonna steal jobs, there's this, and there are lots of concerns still. IP theft is a major concern. For those of you that are my age or older, or maybe a little younger, we've been around long enough to see a lot of transitions. So the story I was talking about with my boss, it was in reference to DSLR cameras and just like an iMac, right? The DSLR camera really democratized filmmaking in a major way. People can get into high quality video for a lot cheaper than they used to be able to. And you could start to see lots of people getting into filmmaking, commercial making, all these things than they were before. Like in the 90s, you had to pay a lot of money to get a nice camera to do all this stuff. And then I'm thinking about motion design, and the idea of being a motion designer for a career didn't exist when I was in college. Like, how do you study for something that doesn't exist yet? And that gets me thinking, okay, like, what are people in school now studying for? And then what are the jobs they're really gonna have? Because there's gonna be something new. And so there's always something new, and there's always something that's changing. And AI is this next thing. Is there concerns? Yes. But is it going away? No. So what are we gonna do with this? The DSLR revolution did is it gave everyone access to high quality filming. And what this AI revolution is doing is it's able to turn everyone into a creative director. Now, whether you like it or not, if you're not a creative director, most likely you are their AI. Just think of it that way. They say, I want this, and they list out what they want, and then you go and do it. I want a video that does this. I want an animation that does that. Oh, I want this to be more blue. And they start telling you how they want it to be, and then you just do it. And so, in a sense, like, you are their AI. So instead of like people, your clients, replacing you with AI, why don't you replace the creative directors with yourself? So that's kind of how I would like to look at this, is like, we now have the ability to do all the things that we want to do. And so now the limitation is your own creativity, not your own skill set. Let's take this where it can go. I've discovered a new AI app. I'm sure you've seen some of the commercials or the ads for it. It's called Base44. And I just had this idea, like, can I use Base44 to create some ideas I've had floating around in my head for some apps to help with motion design? And so this is what I came up with. Okay, so here I am in Base44, which is kind of an odd thing to say. I usually say, here I am in After Effects. But I wanted to start in Base44 because just to see how it works, right? I can go back to the beginning just to show you how I started this, where it says, I want a simple app where you can draw a shape and then it'll export out an After Effects expression that based on layer index will distribute the layers along that shape. And then I also said you should be able to determine screen size, and the app should have draw and erase capabilities. Now, this is still a work in progress, but I am going to make sure that you have a link to this, so that's in the description. And then I asked, it asked what kind of drawings do you need, both freehand and basic shapes. And then it created a plan, blah, 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 what I'm not going to do. And then plan approved, and it starts building it. Now, as it goes along, there were some things I wanted to fix, and so I continued to update different things. And then eventually, I added more and more features to it. So that's just kind of how it works. And then you just type it in and it starts to build it. And what's really cool is I can go in and you can see all of the code that it uses. I don't really understand this, but it's there, right? So that's really kind of cool. So let me show you how this works. I'm going to just freehand draw. Let's just draw a smiley face. Generate expression. And then you can see here, I can just copy it, or I can look down and you can see there's the expression. Let's copy that. Go over to After Effects. And here in After Effects, I am going to just create, let's just do a text layer, start with just a dot. That's something easy to see and work with. And then in the position, let's put in this expression. I just pasted it in there. And then I'm going to start duplicating this layer. And you can see it distributed everything along that path. Really kind of cool. Now I added another feature into this. If you look into this expression, you can see up at the top there's some variables for position offset, scale multiplier, and rotation. And so if we take just a null object, and on that we add some expression controls. I'm going to just do scale and angle right now. And we link to that before. So the angle links straight to the angle, and then for the multiplier, we have that 1 there, and we just plus, and then we take that slider, and then times that by 0.01. We do that before, and now everything will still be linked to that null object. Duplicate it a bunch of times. Go back to that null, and it's rotating it. And if you look at the position, so that position right there will change. It's not changing any rotation. It's actually changing where the position of those dots are on the canvas. So that's kind of a cool thing. I like that. So back into my app, and so we've got freehand, lines, rectangles. And what's cool is no matter how many paths I do, generate that expression, copy it. When I go into add that in there, it'll put all of those paths in there. See? Looks just like that. But, you know, the more you do, the more it starts to slow down. So over here, you can change your canvas size to make sure it's the same size as what you're using in After Effects. You can also do custom sizes. But I want to point you to this right here, 3D. So right now it's on sphere. And let's generate that expression. Ooh, 355 points. Let's copy that. Turn this layer 3D, put that in there. How many points did I have? I have 96. And you can see they're all distributed in 3D space. All right, you know what I need to do? I totally forgot to link it. I need to do that before I duplicate them all. So I'm gonna just lock this up here, and I'm gonna just do the scale because that's what I'm kind of most excited to see. Scale to that slider times 0.01. Okay. Oh, yeah, it's like a firework explosion. That's really cool. And it's all in actual 3D space. Yeah. All right. So, again, it's
It's just kind of a toy, right? So I'm still working on some of this stuff. So when you check out this app, it may or may not have all of the things correct. Like the cylinder currently is doing a little weird things. It's just creating these, and the cone's also doing weird things. And this one is supposed to be kind of a multiple shape, but it ends up being just a sphere. So I might take these out. The torus seems to work fine. But anyways, that's the toy. That's the Path Distributor. So again, it's kind of a toy. There's some stuff you can do with it that might be useful, or it might be just fun to play around with. But honestly, I just wanted to show you kind of what you could do outside of After Effects and still have it be useful with motion design. So definitely check out Base44. This took me to get it with all the 3D stuff. It did take me, I ended up buying some credits. I spent about 100 credits on this, but the basic 2D version of it I did within, I think, 20 credits, which is what is allowed in the free version a month. I think it was 25. So to add all the 3D stuff, it took a lot more, and to kind of like refine it exactly how I wanted it. But just the basic initial thing that worked just fine. Again, it was less than 25 credits, so not bad. And it was hit the nail on the head almost immediately. Really, really impressed with it. So check it out, and I want to see what you can make with it.
So thank you so much. And I want to dive more into this AI stuff. I want to do some more Base44 stuff. If you have any ideas of some apps that we can create in Base44 for After Effects, for motion design, different things, let me know, and let's build something together. See you next time.